seems to completely shit the bed.
Yeah, that's okay. We're back up now, guys. We're just going to give it a couple of seconds for for the stream to go fully live again. We do apologize on that one. Obviously, not exactly ideal, but thankfully it didn't take a dump for too long, and we're not going to get to miss the EK Warbzy up against KM Adjust matchup. It's a very, very fun one in the lightweight division. Poirier up against Gaethje from what I'm seeing right here. So without further ado, we are going to switch straight across them. I'm going to let these men know to get themselves going, and we're going to get straight into it, Tabrick. Straight back at it.
All right, let's get it. This is going to be a hell of a matchup from
All right, then. Looks like we've got the ready up from KM Adjust, biting at the bit to get his chunk of EK Warbzy.
You can hear me, right?
I can hear you, brother. You're back. You're okay. Don't worry. It's the one of the ones. Discord can be a little bit funky like that every now and again.
So I'm looking forward to this fight extremely. I want to see Adjust do some ground game because I heard he's been working his ground game really well lately.
Yeah. I
I'm
mean,
looking forward to that.
I recently had a couple of matches with him. I say recently, a couple of weeks ago, and like I say, man, like this guy has come a long way. When I first met him, this was long before he was competing in any promotions. I know just back in the day of Zeus, when he was Zeus, before he knew of like the other Zeuses that were in the UFC full community, and before he changed to Adjust, and he was part of a training group with myself, and I'm Cold Blooded, which these two guys are some of the best simulation fighters that you're going to see. Their ability to mix it up, the strikes, the ability to feint and so on, it's really, really impressive, and it's always a pleasure to see this man do his work. But as we saw in the last one, Tabrick, these EK boys, they don't play around, man. That was a very, very quick last fight, so if he's if he's not minding his P's and Q's, this might be a quick night for him. Touching glove style.
It just might, but knowing Adjust on how well he's good at countering, it could not be that easy for Warbzy to end this.
No, for sure. Nice, straight into the lead hook. Like I said, Warbzy is dangerous for sure, but Adjust is... I really, really do kind of pick Adjust over most people in terms of the striking realm. He downloads information, is able to adjust incredibly well, as the name would suggest. Nice lead elbow right there, trying to mix it up. High variation, body, head, picking his shots perfectly. Warbzy is having a little bit of problems right now and has to be a little bit worrisome, to be backed up against the cage so early in this first round. Nice.
So he's going to have to look for a couple counters here to push him back.
For sure, man, for sure. Making sure that you continue to use that side-to-side movement, trying to get a circle out, potentially sidestepping and using a pivot. But, that was a lovely pullback elbow from Warbzy, looking clean. I think this man needs to get on those leg kicks, though. I don't know if you'd agree with me there, Tabrick.
Definitely. Gaethje has some nice leg kicks that will do damage if his opponent keeps on moving forward.
A great job right now. Just is trying to get something back, of course, after that big pull elbow a moment ago. Trying to remain technical on the outside as he will. Lovely step off, but eats a body shot after it. Now Gaethje's going to those leg kicks and having a lot of success with it. They add up really, really quickly, especially with Gaethje.
Still moving forward.
Nice work, trying what he can. Paul's... Honestly, I think that the leg kicks are going to be massive if he continues to get it, especially if he's able to continue to get a couple of whiffs out of his opponent. And Adjust is, having a little bit of adversity now after some success over the first couple of minutes. Looks like the tide is maybe starting to turn in the favor of Warbzy as he's getting a little bit more comfortable with these combinations. Once again,
this is just completely feeling like he's completely himself right now. He's not even moving back one bit when Warbzy comes in with the combinations.
Once again, we see Just continuing to take the center of the cage, really trying to be the the lead dancer in this bout. But Warbzy staying very composed, but now eating a lot of shots. The block is gone. The head health is destroyed.
Oh! Takedown coming from Warbzy.
Yeah, end
It
of
seems
the
like
round.
that's the end of the round. It didn't do anything.
Yeah, it's one of those ones. It stops the pressure just for the second, but it also uses a lot of stamina, which may play a little bit of a factor as they go on. Takedowns are not exactly the the cheapest stamina using techniques that you can go for, so has to be a little bit careful. Poirier a little bit worse for wear in terms of the stamina in this one. Cannot see the statistics in terms of the health for him just right now, but looks like Warbzy's head health a little bit damaged. You can see the a little bit of a cut above his left eye, and it looks like Dustin Poirier is maybe trying to target that with some of those lead hooks.
You can see the block is literally coming down on Warbzy's side right now.
Nice slip off, trying what he can, try and go for the full lunging straight. I love the lunges. Excellent takedown defense. That's going to be massive, and it's definitely going to give him a couple of advantages in terms of the stamina. Instantly going to the head, knees to the head, knowing his opponent's going to be worried about that stamina and the knees to the body that are likely going to be returned, but going to the head chunks away at that damage, and now gets another rock, just trying to push for that
nice
finish.
Cheap.
Oh, he's pouring it on right here. Great work from Just. Warbzy in a little bit of troubles, trying to stay composed, looking for those pull counters. There's one for him, and this might be it. Just engagey death combinations coming Dustin Poirier's way, but the head movement keeps him in that one just by the skin of his teeth.
Now the tables have turned. Warbzy's now taking control of the middle. As I say that, Just gets a rock.
Oh! Just with the win. KM Just, big W for that man right there. Huge victory. There was a lot of adversity in that one, and he was having some problems, but my God, did he find his way to get that finish. And yeah, what a beautiful job. Excellent fight. Always is when you know the Kingsman up against the Elite Kings, and they always bring the action. This time the Kingsman come out on top with Just getting his hand raised with that beautiful W over the newest campmate of EK, but I know he's going to be back better than ever. These guys, they go into train a lot of times. I've seen their training regimens, and I know that they're going to go back to the drawing board and see what they did wrong in that one, but big W for Just, man. That's a big W for him. Now,
Definitely a big win.
With that being said, brother, that does take us an extra step closer to our main event of the evening. We're now moving on to fight 11, which, if I am not incorrect, okay, it's going to be God Ate My Pig up against his campmate, TD Fadanator. Both guys had their opponents fall out at last minute, so they got matched up against each other, and now they're going to have to, go campmate v campmate in order to see who's going to be able to advance within the primetime rankings at this stage. Oh, no, he
Looking
cannot,
forward to this fight,
brother. He cannot be doing this. I'm sorry. Like I obviously I've got a different screen up on the side of me. You're about to see it yourself, but I think God Ate My Pig may be going. He may actually maybe go CM Punk, bro.
Oh my, dude, is this gonna be a CM Punk mirror?
Yeah,
Jesus.
I can't believe they're gonna. I thought he was gonna go CM Punk v Usman. I mean, at least this makes a little bit more sense if they're gonna be campmate v campmate. They're obviously trying to add handicaps to each other and make it a bit of a fun fight. We see the bloody record, though. That's a very, very surprising record. 141 wins to 47. The bright lights do change things, but both guys being so experienced, I don't imagine that it's going to play a massive factor, as they've been parts of lots of these shows and others in the past. So, they're going to be very, very aware of those nerves that you can get going into a live event.
It's going to be very interesting. A CM Punk mirror match.
Nice work.
Let's see what they've got to offer using CM Punk.
They're approaching this like Diego Sanchez, Gilbert Melendez, rock'em sock'em robots, not trying to take too many back steps at all. Lots of uppercuts, lots of rips and slips. Nice work so far, and I don't think this one's going to be going very far, to be honest with you. CM Punk may have, cupcake punches, but my God, does does he have a compromised chin as well? So it doesn't really matter. Well, oh my God, my pig's down already.
But you never know. With these two elite strikers, you have no idea that they could last for the 5 rounds.
They could do. I don't. Oh Jesus, they're in 5 rounds. Well, they've got 3 rounds to do this, because this is a 3-round fight. So yeah, they're gonna have to get this going, and probably why we're seeing such action, very very early on. That maybe they realized it very quickly. But the CM Punk mirror match, that 2 of TD's find us throwing down. Got SatchmoeLife, one of their campmates in the chat, calling out and supporting them. But once again, Fadanator gets the rock, doesn't want to go for the finish on it, continues to land these shots beautifully.
Let's run uppercuts to the body, maintaining the pressure from Fadanator on God Ain't My Pig.
Yeah, you doing everything you can, trying to look for those uppercuts, trying to look for those lead hooks. Nice sniping straight from Fadanator, doing beautiful work. Beautiful uppercut. That was excellently timed. Same with God Ain't My Pig. The story of this fight is pull uppers for sure. Perfectly timed, and you would expect so with the campmate of SatchmoeLife. I think that's one of his, one of his most well-known things is he's really, really good at pulling the, pulling shots and getting the counter off with the uppercuts, hooks, and straights. And looks like these guys have been training with him quite a lot and have that in their repertoire for sure. Lovely head movement thus far over the course of this first 5 minutes.
The pressure from Fadanator is just beautiful. I can't get enough of seeing this, honestly. He stops him with the straight as he was trying to move forward.
Going for the taunt right there, but the head health is definitely compromised. Only going to take a couple of more clean shots to be able to sit him down, but obviously God Ain't My Pig, being a gnarly veteran, is going to continue to try and land shots of his own. Having a lot of adversity right now, though, that head health definitely looking worse for wear at this point. Oh, he sits him down again. Surprised he's not going for the finish. I imagine that this is a unofficial agreement that they've had. Going into this one, they've still got another potential 2 rounds, 20 seconds on the clock, 10 minutes, 20 seconds, and once again, I don't think we're going to see it. This is very, very close to being finished. Fadanator is really, really pouring on the pressure at this stage. Nice
coming from God My Pig is so beautiful.
That was a nice first round so far.
I believe this is just going to be over on second round, honestly.
There you go. Okay, so yeah, I'm surprised to see a second round as well, to be honest. But there you go, not long in the second round. Only needed 2 seconds, or 12 seconds, and he put him out. Jesus, big uppercut. Jesus, man, that was a flash kill. That was massive. Now, with that one in the book, it appears that we have fight 13 coming, which is going to be Deema up against Kai. So these guys obviously both been doing very, very well previously. Deema was known as Savannah, has picked up big wins over a lot of big names within the promotion. Well-known talents across the UFC 4 community. So he's looking to do so now up against Kai, Khamzat Borgs Chimaev, who has been on a bit of a hot streak, recently losing his opportunity at a belt, and looking to get back into that winning track, right, Tabrik? Looking to try and get himself back into the title talks. And obviously much to be said, the same for Savannah, who has really, really been on a bit of a killing spree recently.
This is just going to be a fight overall from both sides. I'm looking forward to seeing Deema pull off a win, though. I'm not trying to talk any mess to neither side. Still going to just be a complete mauling.
I do apologize. It appears that we may have missed a fight. I didn't have the link for it, so I was assuming that it was not going ahead. But if they've got the link, which I just got, then yeah, these guys are good to go. So it's actually going to be Jamie Slick. I do apologize. Jamie Slick is going to be taking a step up against ThatGuyJME, AgroJME. So here goes nothing. We're loading up their stream very, very quickly. Looks like it's about in the lightweight weight class. Both guys currently sitting over Charles Oliveira. Just going to let these guys know that they're good to go. No more cutting weight. That time has passed. Scales been weighed in. These guys should be about ready to go. Yeah, and it looks like we're having a mirror match. It looks like we're having a Charles Oliveira mirror match. That would be an interesting one. He's got interesting striking and obviously has the ability to submit and grapple as well. But no, the last minute switch up from Jamie Slick. Well, here goes nothing, brother. These two guys,
matchup from both sides as well.
Yeah, both on the PlayStation side, both been putting in excellent work so far. I'm interested to see how the Jamie Slick is going to be doing, because he likes, I believe his other nickname is the Perfect Petis, if I'm not wrong, and I know he rates his Petis very highly, believes he's got one of the best Petises in the game. Going to be looking to put that on full showcase this evening. Going to have his work cut out with him with Charlie Olives, the current lightweight champion, trying to do some work starting out with that leg kick, imagining that trying to maintain some range is going to be good, but these guys both have incredibly flashy kicks.
And by flashy kicks, Oliveira has that death kick as well, so Jimmy Slick's going to have to be careful with that against an Oliveira, because if that comes out,
yeah,
you never know what can happen.
I mean, the one thing to note here as well is 4 minutes on the clock, okay? Pettis has got good submission defense, but Charlie Olives has phenomenal submission offense, and obviously very, very dangerous in all realms on top. AgroJME now trying to land some nice short shots, not getting overzealous with it, does not want to lose position with so much time left on the clock. Obviously, Pettis doing a great job of trying to build up some of that GA, and once again gets the denial, but yeah, he's staying very active. This is, pretty high-level work. Both guys using grapple advantage incredibly well there, Tabrick. But obviously, the longer they stay on the ground in these sorts of positions, the more it just starts to tick in the favor of AgroJME.
Definitely. Even Pettis does not have very good cardio, so his best bet is to keep it on the feet and just pick them apart piece by piece with the distance management and using the teeps to his advantage.
For sure, brother, for sure. We lost you for a moment, but your mic came perfect just at the end, and we caught the most important part, brother. You're absolutely right. Those teeps can be massive. Now, once again, we got the rubber guard from Anthony Pettis. He's so dangerous in these positions with the rubber guard. It's such a massive technique to have at your disposal. You're going to use it to get over into side control, which I'm actually pretty surprised about, considering he was having a lot of success in that spot. Nice work trying to go back to the body over and over, ripping to it. You see the feint, trying to make sure that his opponent starts to drop his hands. AgroJME answering back with shots straight down the barrel, though Pettis has to be careful of walking onto those shots. That man has power in his hands and is the champion of lightweight for a reason. Have to respect the power coming your way of Charlie Olives.
Slick still putting on the pressure. A big miss with the spinning back kick.
Once again, trying to go forward. Nice knee on the inside. AgroJME looking incredibly clean, giving Jamie Slick a lot of trouble so far over the course of this first fight. But Jamie is staying composed, trying to do all he can to get some damage off himself. But once again, that takedown to close out this round. AgroJME using a high intelligent play just to kind of slow down that last part of the round and really, really kind of consolidate it in the eyes of the judges.
Beautiful first round from both opponents.
Here we go, round two, guys. Touch of gloves. Anthony Pettis now going to have to try and make some adjustments. We once again see him go into the feints over and over again. And I love to see it. Feints are a massive part of this game if utilized correctly. Has to be careful not to get too feint heavy, though, as looks like Oliveira is ready to throw down on a moment's notice. Step into range and he's throwing hammers at your face. Nice work. Both guys going very active. Nice lead hook into the straight to follow by Jimmy Slick. Now trying to get the momentum shifting in his favor. Excellent sidestep from Charlie Olives. Not able to get the damaging counter off, but able to avoid a lot of that big damage that was coming his way. Once again, going into the feint, into the body kick. I do feel like Jimmy's now starting to come alive, and if he's able to continue this pressure, we could start to see a massive momentum shift, but obviously, Aggro is staying kind of counter to his name. He's staying very calm, is Aggro. Once again, we see Pettis
trying to take back the middle of the octagon.
And he's
really good job on the back foot.
He's playing footsies really well. You know, he's stepping into range, stepping out of range, and starting to make Aggro miss the distance. A little bit, or miss those shots due to the distance a little bit. So if he continues to do that, that can really, really play a factor over the remaining 2 minutes 20 of this round. And as a result, we see JME mixing it up and trying to go for the takedown, but Jimmy Slick all over that one gets the defense on point.
Kind of respect coming from Jimmy Slick.
Once again, continuing forward.
From Pettis. I mean, Oliveira.
I'm liking it, man. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Jimmy Slick. He knows he's maybe a little bit behind in this fight so far, so he's really, really starting to turn it up, and he's having a lot of success in this second round. Like to see him continuing to do so, but he's being very, very wary of the damage that's coming his way, and rightly so, because Charlie Olives has those creative strikes that can give you problems, those spins, the flying knees, stuff like that. It can be massive, brother.
It definitely can.
Once again, going back.
Oh, nice slip.
Knee to the body, attacking it over and over again, and that's an intelligent move by JME. Man better know that he's coming to throw, bro. Look at the way he's doing. He's maybe getting backed up, but he's just looking for max damage counters given the opportunity. Once again, Jimmy Slick pressing forward, but honestly seems to be getting a little bit of the worst of the two at this stage now. Some of the bigger shots, the chipping shots are coming via JME at this stage, and closing out the round, he goes for that takedown once again, was able to secure it. Interesting first two rounds. How are you seeing this one playing out, Tabrick, so far? Kind of which way are you leaning?
I'm leaning towards more of Pettis' side because that pressure is just on him. He's going in and out very well against Oliveira. So right now, to make the difference is right here. If Oliveira can move forward and give the pressure back, it'll just make more of a difference and make Jimmy Slick here a little bit more worried to not just move forward.
Yeah, sorry, I caught partially what you said, brother. I do apologize. You're having some technical issues with your microphone there, just a little bit, where it's kind of cutting out a little bit. But you're absolutely right. Technical pressure is absolutely vital moving forward, and trying to ensure that you don't eat the damage and walk onto shots is going to be massive. Oliveira doing a good job of getting those knees up the center line, trying to interrupt the forward pressure of Jimmy Slick. Sorry. He's doing a great job so far, man. These interrupting shots starting to disturb the rhythm of Anthony Pettis and making him back up. He's not able to continue this forward pressure with reckless abandon, and is eating those shots on the way in.
Big miss.
There it is. Huge spin
Slick
kick
is
through
not
the
careful.
head.
About his stamina, he could get caught.
Nice knee to the body.
Coming from Slick.
Okay, here we go. Going at it. They're trying all they can. I love the front kicks. They do cover a great amount of range, and the fact that Charlie Olives can go to the body with it as well is such an advantage.
He gets up.
Oh, the pull elbow from Anthony Pettis. Big work from that man right there. Now attacking the body with it, trying to continue this forward momentum. Only 1 minute 50 on the clock. Both guys tired. Both guys hurting. Both of them still looking for that finish at every given opportunity.
Now the momentum is shifting, and it's going towards Oliveira's side with stamina and the health differential.
Lovely work from
We're
this.
looking for some pulls here.
Yeah, no, he's doing a great job there. Now getting over into that second round. But once again, that takedown defense, even with such low stamina, has been phenomenal for Pettis. He does have a really, really good takedown defense as a whole. Nice knee to the body once again from ThatGuyJME. He's really doing a good job of interrupting those.
Really is. And right now, it's just...
He sends him to hell, chain slick with the duck. The absolutely beautiful counter, and sends his opponent to hell. He's got to be feeling a little bit sore after that one, because he was having a lot of success in that round, was ThatGuyJME, but he should hold his head high because he put an excellent account of himself out tonight. But that beautiful duck counter from Anthony Pettis was just too perfect.
That was a beautiful counter from Pettis.
Really, really was, my man. Phenomenal work. Phenomenal work from those guys right there. What we're going to be doing next right here, we're going to be jumping straight across, obviously, to our co-main event of the evening. Going to be the Savannah v. Khamzat Borgs Chimaev matchup that we spoke about a little bit earlier on this evening. We've had so many killer fights now, we're not going to waste any time with it. Just going to get straight into that bout. I know these guys are ready and eager at the bout to start to throw down. So these guys, man, they're both very, very high level competitors, Tabrik, from the PlayStation side of things, right? And we've seen them do beautiful work so far on the scene. We've seen Khamzat challenge for the belt once or twice, obviously back in the Grand Prix, and since then in one of his more recent outings. So he's in a position now where he's taking, he's kind of taking on the next up and coming fighter that's putting together some victories, and he's going to have his work cut out for him if he's going to have to try and, call an end to this one, if you will. Stop the hype train, so to speak.
Just to say this and put it out there, Deema is also a TSK member as well. Same thing as for Aggro. I don't know where he's gone though.
Oh really? Is he? He's okay. So
Deema.
Well, that's very nice, bro. I did not know that. I did not know that. So, yeah, one of the TSK boys, you guys have been doing great work so far. I'll be interested to see what he's going to be doing going forward with it. Obviously under the new tutelage of the new camp with new training partners, there's going to be adjustments that quite obviously are going to happen to to yourself fairly naturally. Here they are. We see them in the welterweight. Looks like we're having Kamaru Usman up against Vicente Luque. Without any more delay, we're going to get straight into this one. I can't wait. Oh, sorry, wrong screen there, guys. It's not ending. Don't panic. No, but I can't wait for this one, brother. I can't wait for this one. These are two incredibly high-level competitors from the PlayStation side that are going to try to put on some beautiful destruction here for us this evening.
Vicente Luque. That pick is very interesting. I'm liking that pick.
I personally have started using him in OWC, and I have to say, just such a well-balanced fighter. The power he has, excellent durability, and obviously the grappling to go to boot with it, right?
Right. I've never really faced him all that much, so I don't know what he has to offer. Really have no idea.
What, Vicente Luque?
Yes.
Yeah, no, he's a dangerous man. He's got a lot of power. He's kind of like a Kevin Gastelum, but just a little bit better, in my opinion. He's like a better Kevin Gastelum. He has a little bit more power, a more favorable technique base for my personal play style, and I feel like a lot of people feel like that as well. He has a lot of advantages, does Vicente Luque, and quite honestly, is a bit of a slept-on pick in this weight class. But that's not going to be easy to step up against a Leon Edwards, which, to be perfectly honest with you, Leon Edwards in real life doesn't really make many mistakes, and a lot of the people that use him try to replicate that. They try not to make a lot of mistakes, to try to keep it very, very simple, be very technical, and, it often plays huge dividends for him due to a lot of the advantages that he has due to those technical, efficiencies.
Right.
Straight into the lead upper, starting out very, very quickly. Deema trying to get the work off on the inside. Leg kick once again. That's good work from him. Attacking the leg, trying to get the takedown early like that. That's massive for Kai. This man is dangerous on the ground as well. We saw him go and hang for a full 25 minutes with the absolute emotional boost of Styles grappling him. but now has had his back taken. Beautiful work from Deema, showing he's got some grappling chops of his own.
Deema is no slouch when it comes to the ground game. He will retaliate the best way that he can, and he will reverse you like crazy.
Yeah, you can see that already, man. Staying very, very active on those denials, doing a great job so far. Now finds himself in top mount, and although you do not want to be on bottom with Leon Edwards, he actually has a pretty decent top control and has some great ground and pound to go with it. Landing these inside shots repeatedly over and over again, attacking that body on repeat. Nice block of the knee on belly.
Denial. Oh, and a reversal coming from Vicente Luque. Now,
once again, this is where his bread is buttered.
So
finding himself in this top position, I'll be honest with you, even though right now he's not absorbing a massive amount of damage, this is going to be quite demoralizing. He knows that Kai has his bread buttered down here, knows that this is where he wants to be, and as the seconds tick away, it becomes more and more frustrating for him, of course. Trying to do what he can to get those grapple advantages starting to go up for him, but Kai obviously reciprocating with a lot of body shots and trying to mitigate a lot of it, but beautiful work from Deema. Separation from Kai, interesting, trying to get some damage off over the final 60 seconds of that bout, going for the jab, upper, landing some nice power shots on the inside, but Deema slipping off the center line, sniping with that straight. Beautiful work for him so far, and chopping to that leg over and over again.
Beautiful. Kai putting the pressure on him.
Yeah, we see Kai trying to interrupt Deema as he approaches to the pocket with that knee. Done a really, really good job of it so far, and quite honestly, it's needed as well, because there's a slight stamina deficit. That knee attack to the body not only interrupts your opponent, but also, of course, chips away at that long-term stamina, which has a massive impact over the course of even a 3-round fight, never mind a 5-round. Obviously, this is 3 rounds, but just talking generally.
Will do some damage in the long run if it keeps on happening, and if he keeps on entering the pocket and getting hit with the knee.
Nice work, trying to go for the combinations is Kai now as well. Big head kick miss from Deema. Looks like Kai is getting his flow going, attacking the leg and the body with vicious intent, snapping in very, very nicely with those kickboxing combinations. Attacking the leg once again is Deema, trying to get some money in the bank for later in this fight, but 4 minutes left on the second round, and Kai is in his face, landing combinations at least on the block, and that's definitely worrisome. You see that block going down.
Trying to keep the center of the octagon. And a takedown coming from Deema.
Nice work, trying to get those inside body shots, just trying to build up that GA, not having a massive advantage doing so. Excellent work stopping the knee on belly.
Coming from Vicente Luque.
Yeah, continues to work the body. I mean, it's not the prettiest, right? It's definitely not the prettiest, but it's definitely effective. And, in these types of positions, it's so easy for your opponent to get a denial should you try to take that back, that this is probably the best move, just to stay patient and try to get that stamina down a little bit, so that, should they stay on the ground or should they go back to the feet, it's maybe not as difficult and your opponent's just that little bit more gassed.
Just trying to even out the stamina is always a big game changer. Even if you don't even it out and you get their stamina lower than yours, it'll just change everything in the long run.
I like the fact that
taking the fight back towards again.
I like Vicente taking the center and the charge in this fight. You box a brawler and you brawl a boxer. That's kind of the way it goes. And right now we're seeing Deema, trying to be the more technical of the two, and obviously Kai definitely trying to get into his face as closely as he can to make this a dirty back and forth brawl. You know, not giving him any room. What an overhand! Nice single leg attempt from Deema, able to secure it, now finding himself in full guard. 55 seconds left on the clock, but that does give him a lot of time to work. And obviously stall out maybe a little bit, should he need to, over the last couple of 40 seconds, because that was a big stun that he took a moment ago.
It sure was a big stun. Coming in the third round, he definitely needs to do some work to the head to even it out at this point.
For sure, my man, for sure. He goes to attack the leg right there, able to get into the half guard. Only 1 second left in the round, though. These guys are going into our third and final round of our co-main event of the evening. Kai getting that second round, or maybe not. There's a lot of top control. He had a little bit more significant strikes. This is actually maybe... It's a very, very competitive fight. Which way are you scoring it, brother? I think I'm leaning towards Edwards, but...
Fight, it literally really is a close fight, but you said it right there.
Once again, Kai's starting out quickly, brother.
Should be taking it right now.
Maybe he is, and Kai's maybe recognizing that, starting out very quickly, gets that lovely hip toss very, very quickly. 4 minutes 30 on the clock. That's not where you want to be if you're Leon Edwards. Maybe a little bit of shades of when he fought Gunnar Nelson. Had an excellent early round or two, now finds himself on bottom, eating massive amounts of damage, and this is where Leon Edwards has really had some problems in the past. That later part of the fight, when his opponent gets him in a dominant ground position, it can be incredibly hard for him to get out of it, and with so much time to work, Tabrick, you've got to imagine that this is starting to become very, very worrisome for... Oh my god! Is this it?
This...
Good blocks from Deema, just doing enough to survive, but my god, is Kai getting active in this third and final round. He wants that finish, does not want to leave it to the judges and potentially losing it on decision. This is exactly what you want to see for a fighter going into the third round, especially when the fight has been so closely contested. We're seeing Elvis in the chat. The champ himself, Styles, 1-1, he is calling. It's a great call out, brother. You could very well be right. It's been a very, very competitive bout so far. We now see Savannah or Deema taking the back of Kai. His time to try and get some ground and pound. Maybe a submission off, given the arbiter moment. Looks like he is definitely eyeing up the opportunity of that submission. I hope that they come back very soon and we don't lose any more of that fight. I think what we're going to do is just have to hit... No, they're back. Okay, I was going to hit the refresh just to make sure it wasn't our end, but that's okay. They're straight back. Riding out position is Deema. He needs to get a lot of ground and pound off if he can, but Vicente Luque not giving him the opportunity to do so. Excellent get up from him, but straight back to the striking realm where Leon Edwards, Deema landing some beautiful combinations. That counter was incredibly close as well there. Nice knee on the entry again. He's eating some shots. Lovely hook. Kai trying to get that counter going. Hook, uppercut, trying to catch him bobbing and weaving, but Edwards stays composed. Finds an opportunity for that single leg entry. Able to now secure the side control position, but potentially with them being 1-1 going into this third round, he needs to get active very, very quickly now in order to try and get some major damage off, at least in my opinion, to make sure that he's going to secure out this round. Lovely work.
The fight.
Yeah, that's a very, very closely contested bout. Both guys should be incredibly proud of their performances this evening. Really did themselves justice, showcasing a full array of skills on the ground, in the striking. Just a beautiful display of mixed martial arts. We're now going to go to the judges' scorecard, see which way they scored this, but myself personally, doesn't really matter who won, my man. It was such a fun fight to call. These guys really did bring it all of the action. Kai getting the W on that one, though. Looks like he got a 30-77, 29-28. These judges like these 30-27s these days, don't they? Jesus. Oh, he got the knockdown in the first round. Yeah.
Scorecards, bro.
Yeah.
The decision in the game is just not great at all. Like, honestly.
Gonna have Adelaide Bird is one of the judges. It can be confirmed. I saw it. I seen her in the thing. She was looking on her phone during. I'm joking. Great fight though, guys. These guys, they really did bring all of the action. That does now mean that we move on to the main event of Primetime 29. We're gonna be having the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend himself, TD Styles, is going to now be stepping up against the newest up-and-coming challenger on the PlayStation side. That's going to be EK Dirty Dave, an incredibly dangerous opponent, previous champion on the Xbox side of things. Interesting to see how these guys match up on PlayStation. Obviously, things are just a little bit different than it would be on the Xbox sides. Of course, they're very, very familiar with each other. They have matched a number of times in the past, but like I said, this is going to be a fun one, my man. This is definitely going to be a fun one. George St. Pierre mirror match, their most favourite pick, and they have them down to a T.
This is just going to be another one of those fights that's just going to come to blows, honestly. That's what I'm looking at right now.
So the thing is that these guys are such high-level grapplers. Like, quite honestly, at least in my opinion, some of my top 3 best grapplers in the game, top 5 maybe, you know, just to kind of like push it out like that. These guys, especially somebody like Elvis. Elvis has you know, just such a dominant side control position. Dirty Dave has been really rounding out his skills recently as well, as has Styles, obviously working with their respective camps. EK and TD has some excellent strikers to be able to work with. I'm just really interested to see how they approach it. They have so many tools at their disposal there, Tabrick, that, you know, quite honestly, this fight could play out in so many different ways. It's impossible to kind of predict what's going to happen in this one.
It really is. I can agree with you. I don't know which way this fight could go, honestly.
Looks like Styles.
Complete, as you would say, beautiful destruction.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Styles, though, biting at the bit. He wants to get that defense on his record, moving on to 9-0 in Season 2, the PlayStation... Season 1 of the PlayStation rankings, apology. Dirty Dave taking a moment to compose himself, maybe, trying to get a couple of electrolytes in his body after cutting such a heavy weight cut ahead of this welterweight bout. These guys both cut down from approximately light heavyweight down to this welterweight weight limit. Hard cuts, but nevertheless, they made it to the fight, and this is the one now that we're gonna have to, you know, we're gonna have to see how they shake up, brother. Like I said, just two very, very high-level competitors, sorry, that are obviously throwing down for the championship. Doesn't really get any better than it. Don't know what is Dave doing at the moment. Just gonna let this man know he's good to go. Probably waiting.
Can't wait to see what Dirty Dave is gonna do on the ground.
And that's if he goes there, brother. Like I said, a lot of these guys have been working on the ground. I imagine that they're going to mix it all together. There's not really going to be a favoured striking sort of or grappling approach. I wouldn't imagine, but I think these guys, they really are the, you know, the perfect example of take the fight wherever it needs to go, because they're good everywhere, brother. They're good everywhere.
I can agree, and I know they are, because I've seen Dirty Dave fight firsthand. But I fought Dirty Dave back when I first started UFC 4, and he put me to work. Took me down in everything. It was just something I didn't enjoy. He was just a blanket. Very wet.
Starting out very, very quickly on the inside. The shot from Styles, and this is not where you want to be if you're Dirty Dave, but he has all of the tricks in his book to make sure that he mitigates this damage. Obviously has those undeniable feints should he want them. Can, you know, feint out the back take and much of the same. You see, you know, and this is one of the big things, right? You see in high-level competitors, when they get to the ground instantly, without a moment's, you know, wasted time, they're instantly trying to build up that GA with some of these bunny shots, and that makes a massive, massive difference to how these ground exchanges really do play out there, Tabrick.
It does. I'm not a ground specialist, but I can agree with everything that you said right there.
Now, this is where the the favoured kind of saying of Doc, where, you know, Styles puts out emotional abuse in his fights. This is where it comes from. It's the side control of him. He has one of the most brutal side controls in UFC 4, period. It's not as dangerous as it was in UFC 3 due to the way that the grappling works, but my God, can this guy still just make your life a misery on bottom? Like you said, suffocating approach from him and raining down the ground and pound as well.
The denials from Styles is just insane. Takes the back.
Doing all he can, brother. Doing all he can. That's great work. Trying to transition across now. This is a really, really good start for the champion. He's using a lot of stamina, though, and maybe needs to dial it back just a little bit in order to make sure that Dirty Dave doesn't sneakily start to get a bit of an advantage on him. In these sorts of fights, in mirror matches like this one, it is really, really a, you know, the narrowest of margins, especially when your opponents are so high level. You know, these guys respect each other's threat level, you know, massively. They've obviously fought each other a long time. They've got previous campmates of each other in each other's corners. So, yeah, they're very, very familiar with what the opponent, you know, the opposing player is able to bring to that table. Nice work from him, trying to land some of the inside shots.
He's had control.
Styles now once again working that ground and pound, trying to get those body shots, rinsing it on. And like I said, that's a very, very strong round from the champion. Dirty Dave not going to be out of it yet. You know he's going to stay composed with it. You know he's going to talk to his corner in between it. He's excellent at taking direction from what I've heard in these corners. So I know that he's going to try to make any adjustments that they see or he sees going into the second round. Obviously, the most important one being, don't get taken down by this man. Because once you get put on your back, you are really going to have a tough time getting back up.
Definitely. Best option here is definitely just to continue striking with Styles right now.
Oh, there's Dirty Dave doing it. Big spin kick. Now he takes him down. And once again, Dirty Dave has phenomenal top control of his own, holding that side control well on the first transition, but the champion staying active, rolling across into that sprawl, able to... I'm surprised he went for half guard, to be honest with you. I'm surprised he went for half guard. Maybe just on the body health side of things.
Now Dirty Dave taking control of the ground game, showing him who's boss.
Yeah, he's doing a good job.
He's telling him, "Take me down again, or I'm just gonna take you down too."
He's doing a great job, man. Working the body. It's literally a tale of two halves. Both guys, you know, whoever's able to get that advantage, they're so good at holding it that it can make it very, very difficult. Even if you're such a high-level opponent, you know, they're very, very equal in terms of skill, at least in my opinion. They're very, very, very close in the skill level department. And like I said, it's just an absolute battle of the most narrowest of margins. Once again, trying to get some ground and pound. Dirty Dave definitely staying very, very active in these ground positions.
And a reversal from Styles. Now Dirty Dave back on his back again. Styles going for top mount.
Excellent denial right there from the EK gentleman. Dirty Dave once again staying very, very tight with his defense, able to stop that side control, and understandably so. Don't want to allow that man get back into that side control position. We saw how dangerous he was in the first round just in that position.
Dirty Dave coming alive on the ground. Now they're just sitting here on backside.
Yeah, and waiting for his opportunity to get some of those ground shots. He doesn't want to get reversed. He wants to hold that position. Intelligent move to utilize that. Did not want to give up full guard. Able to transition over into the half guard, but once again, his opponent Styles staying active. Able to get him back to that full guard position. And now going for submission with relatively low stamina. I mean, it's going to be a tough one to get for sure, but these early ones are a lot of the time about making reads, and the fact that he was able to sink it in this early with submission deficit is only going to give him confidence as he goes into this fight. The big slam coming, does not able to get it. Styles all over that one, but the escape is imminent.
Going from these guys, you never know. They could get you in the first submission. They're no slouch when it comes to the submission, offense, and defense.
For sure, man, for sure. And that's what makes it so dangerous, right? Like, oh, wow. Now, that's a big round for the challenger. Like I said, tale of two halves. Round 1 to the champion. Round 2 was all the challenger. Who's going to be able to get their themselves ahead in this third round? Potentially going to go into the championship rounds at this stage. You see how high level they are, maintaining their stamina basically at full stage, even considering the output that they've been doing, the amount of grappling, which we know can be very, very taxing on your gas tank, but just the educated approach has basically made that they're still incredibly fresh. Nice takedown from the champion. Now, like we said, this is a simple case of who's able to get their advantages early. It looks like the champ is starting to try and take the lead in this one, but the challenger not accepting it, able to get back to his feet and opened up with a lovely switch to the body, but then the head kick from the champ. These guys swinging in the pocket.
And another takedown from Styles.
Understandably so, brother. When there's so much damage, it can go either way. He doesn't want to risk that. He's a champion for a reason. Don't want to take those risks, and you can see why. Look at the damage he's getting off in this side control position straight away. The denial's just on point, and now the crucifix. That is, oh, good job to get out of it. I was going to say that could have been horrendous if he was able to, stabilize in that position with over 3 minutes on the clock. Takes the back now.
Crucifix is always definitely a big game changer.
So I don't know if you know this, yourself, Tabrik, but it's much like the sprawl. The sprawl position, the person on bottom builds GA just holding in that position, and it's the same for the person on top in crucifix. The longer you can hold it, the bigger the GA. Nice rock on the leg kick there. A little bit of a delayed reaction as I was saying that, of course, but instantly back to the ground now. Does Styles take it? Not wasting any opportunities to really, really mix it up and keep his opponent guessing. 1 minute 56 on the clock. Both guys trying to stay active, denying each other left and right. Nice chops to the body.
Nice denial.
And the ankle pick, this time Dirty Dave, fully aware of that, trying to camp it out and make sure that he doesn't get taken down again, trying to swing in the pocket, getting as much damage as they can off in the closing 50 seconds of this third round of this championship main event. Primetime gold is on the line. One of these guys walking away, and still Oran New. They're both not exactly, they're not exactly strangers to having that belt wrapped around them, so I'm sure that they're going to want to try and establish themselves as the best in the scene once again. Styles trying to do so. Dirty Dave trying to show that he's the next man up. Trying to start that different era. Nice leg kick from Styles. And the head kick, Jermaine Durandamine style, way after the bell. Not going to be happy with that one.
Looks like the referee is going to take some points off of that.
I won't be surprised. Herb Dean giving him a very, very stern warning in between rounds. Oh, nice knee on the entry right there. Really shoved it right up the center line.
Nice denial.
Did perfectly with it, brother. Don't often see a lot of those reversals these days. Shows how perfectly timed that was. Straight into the clinch, making it dirty. GSP on both ends, going as back and forth as they can, but the big hip toss lands him straight into side saddle. He decides to go into the sprawl position. That was interesting. Now working these short bunny shots, getting that GA. Not enough of it to get the transition into the side control once again. Dirty Dave minding his P's and Q's, shrimping back into the full guard. Has a lot of opportunities from this position, but wasn't able to stabilize it. The champ slicing across into half guard just like butter.
Doing some damage to the body again from sprawled position.
Yeah, these are hard positions to transition out of. Dirty Dave is going to be all over it, so holding this for as long as he can, working those short bunny shots to the body, as you can see, having an impact on the total body health of him. Nice knee on the break, and straight back to the pressure is Styles, trying to get as much damage off as he can in this championship 4th round.
Good denial from Styles.
Oh!
Trying to take the back again.
What the fuck did I just see?
It was a lag spike with the denial.
Yeah, it's just a really, really interesting animation. I'll give it that. Both guys going for the uppercuts to the body. Really, really starting to get deep now. You can see Dirty Dave starting to lose a little bit of the advantage in terms of the stamina, but both guys still very even in every other respect as he gets the takedown and the denial. Excellent securing of that position. Half guard once more. Great work trying to work those bunny shots. Postured up. Using the advantage to slice across into that side control. Dangerous position, but Styles not wasting any time getting to that sprawl. Pulling it back to half guard. Trying to mitigate the opportunities for damage in Dirty Dave's favor. Stopping once again that posture up, which could have been very, very dangerous with only a couple of seconds left on this 4th round. You know, that ground and pound would have come down with vicious intent, but the champ staying active and getting the reversal there, Tabrick. Not a lot of time to work. Probably going to be looking for that ground and pound, but the opportunity taken away from him with another reversal.
Constant reversal from both opponents.
Nice chopping on the inside. 9 seconds on this one. Looks like we're going to see the 5th and final round of Primetime 29. Going to be having TD Styles, the current reigning champion, trying to retain that belt in a very closely contested bout up against the Elite Kingsman. Dirty Dave giving him everything he can, making this an incredibly competitive fight, but he needs to get something going in this 5th and final round, at least in my opinion, to make sure that he walks away the new champion of Primetime MMA. Oh!
Oh!
That's what he needed right there. He sits him down with a lead hook, swinging while he was injured. May have got him in a world of trouble. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
Pressure
rips.
is on.
All these slips attempted. Nice interrupt with the jab from Dirty Dave, utilizing that very, very well. At this stage, I mean, feints aren't really viable, so they're just trying to pump them out against each other, making sure that their shots are within range to land. Once again, the beautiful, beautiful work by the champion. He was able to use those headshots with the punches to get his opponent to lift his guard, instantly used the trip as soon as he saw the hands go up high, and now finds himself in another dominant position with over 3 minutes 20 on the clock. This is not great for the challenger.
David just consistently the opportunity for a sprawl to work from sprawl, do a lot of body damage.
Oh man, the chops, you can hear the impacts on these strikes. Even though they're a little gassed, they're landing with such vicious intent. Trying to get every single one of them seems like a haymaker shot. Really, really trying to change the tide of the fight in which way or the other. It's been so closely contested, back and forth. One guy needs to really, really step ahead, but at least in my opinion, I think the champion is currently a little bit ahead in this fight. But he still has 2 minutes left on the clock where anything could happen, and we already saw Dirty Dave is more than capable of landing beautiful power shots just like that. The absolutely precision shot of the axe kick after the combination, always problematic, but the stamina, such a problem there, Tabrick.
It is. Right now, Styles has more stamina than Dave, and you never know. Right here, it could end up a flash kill from either side. They're not careful.
Nice work on the inside. Dirty Dave stamina so low right now. So is the champion's. Can't throw out 3 strikes without, almost falling over. It's so back and forth. I'm expecting one slip. The fact is that just like that, right? One missed shot and it just puts you at the absolute death's door of stamina and allows you to be very, very vulnerable for counter shots. But the defense so on point from these guys. It's so hard to get something clean through the pocket. Just like that! Oh my god! Is the champion
finished in the 10 seconds?
Yeah, the champion's closing it up with 4 seconds on the clock. Dirty Dave just able to survive. What a main event! My god! Milwaukee Mel, welcome to the stream, brother. You came at a perfect time, seeing the champion getting that massive finish at the end of this championship bout to close out the show. Phenomenal work from that man right there. We'll have to see which way the judges got it, but at least by my judges' scorecard, the champion did enough this time around to stay and still. What a phenomenal high-level matchup.
I can agree.
Seeing these highlights playing out, lots of back and forth, of course. Seems to be showing a lot of replays on the side of the champion. Now going to the judges' scorecards. Gonna have to listen in to which way they went.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision.
I feel that Styles dominated on the ground way more than Dirty Dave.
For the winner by unanimous decision, George Rush St.
Styles, and still this man moves on to 9-0, I believe. Styles is a problem, overcoming the most dangerous, credible threat probably so far to his title reign. That man is really putting together one hell of a run, man. He's a problem. And people are really going to have to be on their A game just to hang with this man and then take it to the next level. An incredibly fun main event there. Been a pleasure calling it with you, Tabrick. Obviously, we had a couple of technical issues, but these things happen, right, brother? Unfortunately, we'll be back, obviously, now on Monday with another stacked card. Going to be having the next contenders lining up between EK Slick and EK Jequis in the main event of Monday's Fight Night card. Then, of course, we're starting on Wednesday with our first Fight Club event. So many upcoming events to come. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the sub, hit the follow button, depending on what platform you're on. Obviously, like it if you're on YouTube. Helps out a lot. We appreciate all of the love that you guys have been showing us. These have been phenomenal cards, guys. A little bit of a tidbit of information as well, kind of a housekeeping to close us out. A little bit later on tonight, we are planning, at least myself, to be doing a live stream to go along with the UFC. So if you're looking for some guys to chill out with and enjoy the card as we go through these incredible fights that the UFC are going to be putting on for us very shortly, then make sure to come through. Cyrus Looney will be hitting that up. Until the next one, though, peace out, much love.